Good afternoon. This is Frank with Christenson Transportation. And as you can see, I'm back in the truck, so it's out of the repair shop and everything is good. This week's talking points are going to be customer service skills and phone skills and the importance that is for us as individual owner operators and company drivers here at Christenson. Because remember, they hired you because you're a professional driver. You're a step above the average driver out here on the road. First of all, customer service. When we're dealing with shippers and receivers, we're the face of Christenson. Take pride in yourself, take pride in your appearance. Make sure the clothes that you're wearing are clean. Make sure you're clean when you're going into the shippers and receivers. When you're dealing with a shipper or a receiver, be polite, be professional. Sometimes as a driver, your message will not correspond with the message that the shipper or the receiver is giving you at the time. It's not a vendetta against you as an individual. It's just something's not working out the way it's supposed to, and that does happen. But most of all, when you're dealing with those situations, be polite. Get the person's name that you're dealing with if it's not going your way, or if it's not a drop and hook and it's supposed to be a drop and hook, or if it's a live unload and it's turned into a drop and hook. Get the individuals' names that you're dealing with in the shipping office and in the receiving office. But most of all, be polite. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Yes, sir. No, sir. How can we help you? I'm Frank with Christenson Transportation. I'm here to pick up a load. I'm here to deliver a load. And if something doesn't match your dispatch, or if something does not match up as far as it to be a drop and hook or a live unload, or if they're running behind and they can't get you in at your time that you're supposed to be there as long as you're early or not running late, be polite. They're doing a job just like we're doing a job, and you are the face of Christenson at that moment in time. They will remember you and Christenson if you're in there and you're polite and you're yes ma'am, no ma'am, yes sir, no sir. Treat them with respect, because they're doing a job just like we're doing a job. And if something's not working out the way it's supposed to, if you're polite and get the names of the individuals you're dealing with and take that back to the truck and give it to your fleet manager so they can give it to our customer service individuals, and then they can work on it on their end. That's an important part of the chain of command and the chain of structure on how to deal with our customers. You do not want to be the driver that goes in there and gets attitude because it's not matching what your fleet manager said on your dispatch. Okay, things do happen. We're all human. Stuff does happen. It's not a vendetta against you as an individual, but on how you handle the situation can make your outcome a lot better. And it can make it better for the next Christenson driver that shows up at the customer. By being polite, they will remember you, and they will tend to work on it on the inside just as you're going back to the truck to give them your information to your fleet manager so they can pass it on to the customer service representatives so they can work on it from Christenson's side. They will tend to work on it in your favor if you're polite when you go in there and you're talking to these individuals. Now, if you go in there and it doesn't match up to what you're supposed to be doing and you start giving these people attitude, your outcome is not going to be that good, because more than likely they're going to give you attitude back, and then everybody's getting frustrated and you'll be put on the back burner, and God knows when you're going to get in or out of the customer, especially shippers and receivers. Another important thing to remember is you are representing yourself as a professional along with Christenson Transportation. That's why we hired you. You're one step above the average driver out here because you are a professional. So dealing with people in the shipping and receiving end of this business, yes, you have to be part customer service as also a driver. And that's part of the job out here. Also, when you're dealing with people over the telephone, if you get a phone call from Christenson, you don't know who's on the other end of that phone call. It could be Don, it could be Cheryl, it could be Rayvon, it could be Lonnie, it could be anybody. Okay? Introduce yourself when you see that number. Hi, good morning, this is Frank. How may I help you? That's how I answer my phone calls from the office. If you're a company driver here at Christenson, do the same thing. Hi, I am Frank. I'm with Christenson. How can I help you today? And then if you find out it's your fleet manager, well, then you guys can talk like you normally talk. But always introduce yourself when you're dealing with shippers, receivers, brokers, and phone skills. Introduce yourself, tell them who you are and who you're with. And that's part of being a professional. That's why we hired you here at Christenson. There's another key to the phone skill set that we're going to go over real quick today, and that's when we're doing a high value load and we have to make the check calls. Yes, I understand it's a pain in the butt. We've all had to do it. But the importance of doing the check call keeps us from getting fined. And what I do when I do a high value load is not only do I know that when I make my check calls, they're keeping a log on me, but I also let them know I'm keeping a log on them, because they're not just dealing with you as one driver, they're dealing with hundreds and hundreds of drivers making check calls, and sometimes it falls through the cracks. If you get the person's name you're talking to, date and location, and you have that on file, and then they come back to us and say, hey, we never heard from this guy and he stopped here or he stopped there, why didn't your driver call in? Well, yes, you do have it because you got it listed just like they're supposed to have it listed, and that covers everybody's backside. CYA. This is a short talking point. I really don't think we need to go into much of phone etiquette. It's just a reminder that we are the face of Christenson Transportation while we're out here on the road. So represent yourself as a professional. That's why we hired you, and let the customers remember us for being the professionals that we are. The driver was clean. His clothes were clean. He didn't have an odor to him. They were very polite. They didn't get upset because it didn't go their way today. It's not a vendetta against you. Stuff happens. It's the trucking business. That's the way it is. Anyways, look, everybody just got done with a long, hard, cold snap, and there's snow all over the country where it's not supposed to be. I hope everybody made it through okay, and you took the advice in these other videos, and if you ran into any issues, you contacted your fleet manager. If you were out of your comfort zone, look, winter will be over in most part of the country by the end of March. We're almost there, people. Just remember, you're hired here because you're a professional, and as a professional, we have to do the customer service thing. Do what our customers ask us to do within reason, and be polite. Treat everybody polite. If there's any issues, get the names of the people you're dealing with, bring that back to your truck, and get a hold of your fleet manager. That's the way it's supposed to be done. Don't be throwing a fit or getting upset if it doesn't go your way or if it's not working out the way it's supposed to work out for you. Don't throw that attitude towards the shipper and receiver. That's not what we're here to do. We have other people that take care of those problems for us at that time. If you treat people kindly, they will do the same in respect and treat you with kindness. And you never know, you might be that one individual interacting with another individual that's having a terrible day, and you might change their day. And that's always a good feeling, that you change someone's day because you were polite, respectful, and understanding that they're delivering a message just like we're delivering a message, that we're here to pick up or deliver a load. Please stay safe out there. Winter's almost over. And most of all, if you're out of your comfort zone, let your fleet manager know. Communication is the key to the game. Have a good day, and we will see you next week with another talking point.